Hello, my favorite college students. Today, here's the video to go over the second portion of algebra and functions. This will coincide with the practice set that I gave you 2 weeks ago. I promise to try and make this as short and sweet. I realize it may not be the most entertaining video you have seen, but at least it will be very informational so you can solve those problems in the next problem set. Okay. The first part that I want to go over is proportions. Okay. To solve them, you'll have two fractions with an equal sign. What you need to do is cross multiply. Multiply your diagonals. So A times D and B times C. Make those equal to each other and then solve. So multiply your diagonals and then solve for your variable. Okay. So looking at these examples, if you were to multiply your diagonal, I usually start with the one that has the variable. You do not need to. It doesn't matter which one you start with first. Just make sure you are multiplying on the diagonal. So 7 times y, 21 times 42. Okay. If I enter that in on a calculator, 21 times 42, 882 equals 7 times y. You'll need to solve this for y, like we did last week. Okay. So to get rid of a times by 7, divide both sides by 7. Y equals 882 divided by 7 is 126. Multiply your diagonals, solve for your variable. The next set of problems, we're going to have to set up our proportion before we can solve. So Anna can type 62 words in 2 minutes. How many can she type in 5 minutes? So here, when we set this up, we have to look for the two things we are comparing. We are comparing words and minutes. It's really important when we set these up that we put things in the right spot. So when I fill these pieces in, okay, how many words? 62 words goes with 2 minutes. So these two must be together. 62 words goes with 2 minutes. The next part, you need to make sure words goes on top, minutes on bottom. So how many can she type in 5 minutes? So 5. Top or bottom? It should be in the minutes spot or on bottom. And we're really not sure how many words that is. So I'm going to put a variable there. Okay. So set those up. Fill in what you know. Okay. It's really important that the label is here so you put things in the right spot. Go ahead and multiply your diagonals. 2 times W. Five times 62. So follow those labels, fill those in. 5 times 62. 310. To divide by 2. W equals 155. So use your labels, make sure you plug things in the right spot, then cross multiply and solve. So Anna would be able to do 155 words within 5 minutes. The next problems are going to use this information about teachers and students and if they have dogs or if they have cats. Okay. So if a nearby school has 72 people, predict how many have dogs. So for this one, we are only talking about dogs. Okay. How many people? So I'm going to include both the teachers and the students because both of those are people. Okay. So I have the number of people compared to the number of dogs, people that have dogs. Now, if I'm talking about this specific school, right, I want to know how many people are there. So you're going to have to add up all the people. So you're going to have to add up the people that have dogs and the people that have cats. So you're going to have to add up all 4 sections. To get how many people total, you're going to have to add up all of those. So altogether, how many people were in this school? 104. Now I want to know how many specifically have dogs. 57. So there were 104 people total that were questioned. 57 of them had dogs. Predict if their nearby school has 72 people, so where does 72 go? On top. How many have dogs? We're not sure. That's the piece we're trying to find. 104 total, 57 of them with dogs. 72 total, not sure how many have dogs. Go ahead and cross multiply. 104 times D. And then 72 times 57. 72 times 57. Divide both sides by 104. $39.5, which probably we should bounce up to about 40 people. Okay, I get 39.5 when I round. Should probably bump that up to 40. 40 people, about 40 would have dogs in this group. Okay. Make sure you are looking for what they're asking. If they ask for all the people, you have to add up all. If they ask for just the dogs, you add just the dogs. If we want to make a circle graph of the data, how many degrees should represent cats? Okay. Now, if I'm talking about a circle, how many degrees are there in a circle? 360. So I'm not sure how many cats would be out of the 360. I'm talking about a circle, so this is the new piece. Circle graph here lets me know 360 degrees. So some amount out of a total 360. Okay. So this is the cats out of the total. If you want to make a circle graph of the data, how many degrees should represent cats? In here, how many cats do I have? 9 and 38. $47. It doesn't specifically say just teacher cats, or it doesn't just specifically say student cats. It says all the cats. Okay, so I'm going to add those together. If it said just teachers, I'd use 9. Or if it said just students, I'd use 38. But it did not decipher which one, so I'm going to add those together. Out of how many total were in this case? We already said 104. So it's 47 out of the total 104. How many would that be out of a 360-degree circle? Go ahead and cross multiply. 104 times C. 360 times 47. And to finish it off, we're going to do what to both sides? Divide by 104. So in the circle graph, 162.7, we'll round that up. 162.7 degrees would be just for the cats. Okay. So if you were making a circle graph, 162.7 degrees, or about 163 degrees, would go for the cats. Okay. This is the first portion of this section, just on proportions. I will send out another video about the graphing part.